Hey everybody, how's it going? Travel Man Dan here, and get ready for an unbelievable episode as we're just north of Copenhagen, Denmark, here in the town of Hilbrad at the Frederiksborg Castle, baby. Oh man, today is gonna be exciting. As I take you through the walls just over there, you're gonna see one of the most beautiful, one of the most epic, one of the most popular destinations here in Denmark. So sit back, relax, and let's go check it out. Alright, so the first thing you need to know, if you want to get here, you got to get on the train, the S train, and head north out of Copenhagen to a place called Hilbrad. Well, I probably butchered that name because I don't speak any Danish, but that's where you want to go to, through this beautiful little quaint town, and then you will be at these gates to walk inside the Frederiksborg Castle. We are walking across the bridge. They have lowered it over the moat for me to head in. Right away, you notice the architecture on this thing. I mean, check out the archway that is going above this. Such detail. You have a lion right in the center. You have these cool, like, lady and man statues. Oh man, just walking along this brick road right here. There's another archway that you gotta go through. But look, off into the horizon, as you can see the cathedrals and the peaks of this castle poking their head through and showing off the amazing architecture already. I'm not even into the place yet, and I can see how beautiful it already is. One of the things you want to take notice as you're walking along this road is it's not actually a road. Well, it is a road, but it's actually a bridge, and that's because the castle outer wall is surrounded by this moat. Now, I'm not sure if there's crocodiles stocked in there like old myths and legends, but this is definitely something to kind of take in as you're walking in, is how this castle, how this place was built around this moat so that it would keep out invaders. All right, we're about to walk through the last little archway. Check this out. All right, you come through this little cave kind of cavern, and then holy, whew. Look at this beautiful place. There she is in all her glory and all of her prestige. That thing is amazing. Check out the Frederiksborg Castle. Look at that, just panning from the outside. Whew. Man, I am lucky to be alive and to be here at this moment and just see this man-made beauty. All right, now that the hysteria has calmed down a little bit and I've entered into the courtyard, and well, I've gotten over the immense sight of this enormous castle. You want to take a look at this beautiful fountain out here. Look at this thing. Each little piece, each little man-made figure, woman, has got a little hose that's squirting all kinds of water out of it, and it is just super impressive with detail, and it's been here for hundreds of years. And then at the top of that, you got that savage. Look at him. He's basically butt naked, hanging out there. He's got a little leaf to cover his area, but he's like, I told you about that moat. Well, here is a second moat, another moat to keep invaders out. I mean, this thing is so well designed for the Danish royalty. The king himself lived here, so they had to keep him safe. Just as impressive as these statues are from a distance, when you get up close to them, you can tell how much effort went into chiseling them and making them at this great art form. And well, this guy's pretty badass. I guess I know what I'm gonna be for Halloween this year. All right, after that second moat, you walk into this courtyard, and oh my gosh, look at this stunning view. Look at this place. All its beauty and charm. I mean, check this place out. Absolutely wonderful. You gotta go ahead and purchase your tickets. We haven't even entered the castle yet, but each courtyard is filled with something new and exciting. I mean, look at these windows up here, the way that they're shaped, and then you have more statues all along this whole wall of an area with 2 floors and a hallway, an upper decker, if you will, just surrounding you all over the place. Okay, upon entering the castle, you need to purchase a ticket. So as soon as you walk in, right over here is the box office, the ticket office. It costs 75 crowns. It's about $13 US. And you get a little packet, all right? A couple little souvenirs, a little pamphlet. And after that, you just head through that doorway and let's go check out my home. My castle. This castle. Okay, so when you walk into the museum, before you actually walk in, they're gonna go ahead and give you a locker to put your stuff in. Now they're a little strict. You can't bring selfie sticks, gorilla pods, these types of items into the museum because, well, the nature of what's inside, they don't want anything getting obstructed. They don't want to get anything damaged in there. So you got to respect the rules when you're out here. And I'm gonna go ahead, put the bag in the locker, close it, turn the key, and go into the museum. Wow, as soon as you walk in, look at this place. I feel like royalty just being here. You can see just how beautiful this inside opening hallway is. If you look around from the ceiling to the walls, look at the walls on this thing. Everything has very intricate detail and the craftsmanship is exceptional. Everything has, it's got some kind of design to it. Look at this on the corner of this wood. This is all hand carved stuff. This wasn't made by machines years ago. This was made by a hand, by a human. And then if we look over here, we got Christian IV's outfit. Look at them digs. And his wife, Kristen Monk. You know, outfits like this reminds me of when I was in the Renaissance Fair. And if you haven't seen that video, I'll go ahead and throw a card up there right now. You need to check out that video if you like to see more clothes like this. Man, but this is the real deal right here. All right, and what would a castle be without a knight in armor? Check it out. Even on the armor, you can't really see it, but there's little etchings, little drawings, little squiggly lines that give the armor its own kind of look and a nice artistic touch. Of course, you know, going into battle, that's what you need. Okay, here's a couple of variations of the armor. Check this out. I'm not sure. They only have half of it. I think we're down here, what this was left for is because these were guys that rode horses. And while they didn't have full armor because they needed to be free when they were sitting down on horses. Okay guys, it's worth noting that the statues on the facade of the palace on the outside weren't the original ones. The original ones were damaged and, well, they were broken apart in the fire of 1859. Now, some of those original statues have been taken off the facade of the building and brought here to this little hallway, and you can take a look at them. One of the things that I notice about a lot of the statues is, well, their nose is the first to go. So on a lot of these statues, you see them missing their noses. But I do want to point something out here for all my bodybuilder fans. Look at this dude's legs. I mean, the amount of detail that they've put in on this, you can see this is the quadricep, but they also have it, you know, basically carved where you can see all parts of the muscle. So it's an exact copy and detailed quadricep, just like the real human body. Check this amazing table out. How'd you like to sit down here and have dinner or lunch with the king and queen? Whew. Sweet. All right, the next thing is we're on this winding, twisting little hallway. Check it out, we're gonna go upstairs, but you see all these Danish like shields, and I'm not sure what that signifies, but I think it has something to do with like Denmark's family names, kind of like Scotland has the kilts and stuff like that. Really cool. But then you can start off this way, and now we're on the second level. Oh my gosh. I can't believe what I'm seeing. Look at this cathedral chapel. Look at this. Oh, man. Is that a thing of beauty or what? I mean, this might be the most gorgeous thing I've ever seen. Look at this thing. Oh, man. Wow. Wow. Look at this thing. This chapel was built in 1617 and is also part of this museum. It is the best preserved part of this Renaissance castle, having largely escaped the damage from the fire in 1859. Now, when you walk in, make sure you turn right around and look at this unbelievable organ. Look at the pipes on that thing. Check that out, Ma. Ain't that a beauty? I want to come to Mass here. Along the pillars, there are frescoes of biblical figures painted in 1690. Wow, look at this fireplace. All right, walking into this room, you can see this really cool like dresser ottoman thing. To my left is a giant bust of King Christian V. Look at this hallway. It's as if I'm walking through a row of clouds heading into heaven. I mean, it is just beautiful. And then draped all along all the walls are these beautiful paintings. Then you walk into this room. All right, guys, as you walk down that white hallway, then you come to this, and I like to refer to this, well, my own personal reference is the King's Room, because if you look at it, check this out. See up on top? See that thing right there? That monogram? If you look closely, that stands for Frederick I. And that's who built this castle, and that's who this town, Frederiksborg, is named after. This particular room, check it out. I'll swing it over here. That's this dude over here. This guy right here, that's Christian V. There's his monologue. That is, each one of these kings are basically labeled with a picture, and then their monologue. That's Christian II. And if you look closely, you can see above their monogram, you can see the Danish crown. But if you look around this great epic room and all these kings, you're going to notice one picture is bigger than the rest. And that's right, that's Christian V. Why? Well, evidently, he's the one that actually designed this room. Okay, so he naturally had to make his picture the biggest. And he also had this. Check this out. A little elevator, baby. I don't know how it works, but maybe he just wanted to appear that he was rising up above his peoples. I don't know. I have no idea. Wow, walking up in this painting is really crazy. These all, look at this guy. That looks like my friend Philippe from Hong Kong. This guy over here, that looks like my buddy Jimmy. Okay, we got this guy looks like Nate, my buddy Nate. Pretty cool painting. Inside this castle is just rooms and rooms filled with paintings of all the royals here, and they are impressive. The castle's huge collection of portraits is Denmark's largest, and it consists of portrait paintings, busts, sculptures, reliefs, historic paintings, and portrait photographs. Lots of these historic paintings are from Danish history, and there are several well-known works in between. The castle's collection of art ranges from the 16th century to modern day. You will see some amazing artwork, like here above the astrological symbols, and throughout the whole castle you'll see 500 years of Danish history, whether it's decorated on portraits, paintings, or even, like in this particular case, the furniture. Oh my gosh, now we are heading into the Great Hall. Wow, the Great Hall. This place is freaking unbelievable. Check it out. Look how huge it is. Look how massive it is. Look how great it is. Well, you know I like great things. If you haven't seen my video on the Great Wall of China, I'll go ahead and throw a card up there right now. Make sure you check that out. But wow, what a room. And I was told by one of the museum workers here, I said, what goes on in the Great Hall? He said, partying. So that's what they did. They like to party. All right. But one thing I definitely want to point out about the Great Hall, not only is it the party hall, but if you take a look at the ceiling, look at the ceiling on this guy. Holy cow. I mean, it is beautiful. And one of the great things about the ceiling is it's made of gold. That's right. This ceiling right here, all that yellow and orange and kind of like gold color, that's real gold. So I ran into Lisa, and I'm going to flip around and ask her a few questions about this place. Hi, Lisa.
Hello.
So you're dressed in some kind of old traditional dress. Can you explain that a little bit?
Well, I'm dressed as one of the figures of the portraits we have in this castle. So we're a couple of students who are employed to walk around and tell about the palace and about the figures in the paintings. So
you look great.
Thank you.
You look great.
So,
how many paintings are in the entire Frederiksborg Castle?
I have no idea. A lot. I think it's the greatest portrait collection in Northern Europe. So there's quite a lot of them.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with you. And then lastly, what is the purpose of this great hall? What goes on in here?
Well, right now there's nothing going on, but during Christian IV's time there would have been parties held here. It was called the dance hall, so this was where the great feasts and balls were held.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's so. Well, thank you so much for spending the time to explain us a little bit and just show off your dress and just tell me a little bit about this place. We really enjoyed it here, and just, well, I'm speechless in this room, in this castle. Just want to point out something before you walk into the Great Hall. Make sure you stop and check out these door handles. Are you kidding me? Look at that. Wow, check out behind me this celestial globe. Not sure how it actually works, but it's very intricate, and there's all kinds of little screws and cogs and wheels and interesting things that make this thing move and put different astrological symbols into play here. As you can see, you have the scorpion for Scorpio. Let's go ahead and find out Travel Man Dan. I don't. Kind of hard to imagine a bear in them stars. If you've ever been to the Griffith Observatory, maybe you've seen my video. If you haven't, I'll go ahead and throw that up there right now. There's a part in the Centered in the Universe show where they talk about basic ancient times when they looked to the sky and they imagined the stars to look like a certain bear. That celestial globe proves it. All right, check this out. I'm not going to get too close because if I bump into this and break this glass, well, I might end up in a Danish prison. But look at this. Man. I want to have a couple of schnapps with these guys drinking out of those glasses. What the hell is that? Check this out. All right, perfect, because I'm really tired, so I feel like I'm going to lay down in this bed. Look at this thing. Awesome. This is a bed fit for a king. And I love the color scheme on it. I love the forest green. That is really cool. You don't really see that often. It's mostly red or gold, whatever. But this king's bed is green, and that is freaking amazing.